across the political spectrum will join to resolve this problem.
All this as Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer calling conditions at a border detention center inhumane after a visit there on Friday. His comments catching the attention of the president, who tweeted, based on the comments made by Senator Schumer, he must have seen how dangerous and bad for our country the border is. It is not a, quote, manufactured crisis, as the fake news media and their Democrat partners tried to portray. He said he wants to meet. I will set up a meeting ASAP. Pete, what's ironic now is that I think both sides are saying the exact same thing, which is it is a mess at the border.
Of course, it is a mess, and it's a mess of Congress's making. They've been unwilling to fund it or do anything about it. I mean, I know she's the de facto Speaker of the House because people look to her words these days more than Nancy Pelosi.
AOC?
Yes,
yeah.
But we shouldn't take anything she says seriously. I mean, you're talking about what's happening at the border. She compares it to 9/11. She talks about concentration camps where 6 million Jews were killed. And then when she talks about addressing climate change and the Green New Deal, she likens it to the challenge of World War II, where 7 to 85 million people were killed. You know what we need a 9/11 style commission on? How in the heck someone like her gets elected to Congress? And what's happening in our public schools or other schools? What is she learning that gives her a platform to feel like these comparisons should be taken seriously at all? It's ridiculous. I would point to Dean Phillips, a Democrat from Minnesota, congressman, who went to that same border and came back and said, I was moved by the compassion of the agents who were put in an impossible situation because of the overcrowding. That's an honest view looking for a solution as opposed to what she does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think they'll have a meeting? Do you think they'll have a meeting? Schumer?
I do.
President?
I do, because I think now that it's out there in public, and I think that, Chuck Schumer also said, I think in an earlier clip, that he's been waiting for the Republicans to come to the table and this sort of thing. I think now the ball is in Schumer's court. I think they probably will have a meeting. And I also think that AOC in her heart probably genuinely thinks that a commission is, moves the ball forward on immigration reform. Unfortunately, any seasoned legislator recognizes that when you put together a commission or a task force, all that usually does is kick the can down the road. The best thing to do is, introduce legislation. You have the ability to do so. You've already been down to the border. You obviously already have, ideas in your head on how to improve it. AOC, go ahead and introduce a bill. See if it, give it a hearing.
Right. We're waiting for them to act, and she wants to have a commission.
No, and I think Capri is absolutely right. And this is where, you and I have talked about this. You have to create a coalition.
Yeah.
So you have to find Republicans who are in agreement with you on how exactly legislatively you can fix this. And what is in your purview? What is your responsibility as a lawmaker?
Yeah.
And make some of those laws. And she doesn't have to wait for a commission. She can do plenty of research.
Yeah.
She has a legislative team. She has people who can help her find the information necessary. You don't need an entire new bureaucracy. You don't need a commission if you want answers. Find out what the problem is and go ahead and fix it. That's why people elect members to Congress.
She also doesn't want a commission. She wants to demagogue. I mean, she wants a commission about child separation, not about a whole solution.
I would add this to the mix, though, because other lawmakers have told me this on her team. And that is that this is the first time she's ever had this job before. And efficacy is not something that she apparently is as focused on as it is just forcing change. But you have to force change, because you heard, I think it was it Ayanna Pressley or Tlaib who said that they don't want to go in the confines of a broken system. I can't remember which one of the squads said
once
that
again,
last
transforming.
week. So they're concentrating on that transformation. But the problem is you come back from the border, you say all these things, you have a 14-page outline on the Green New Deal, but you don't have ideas for the border crisis on paper. It's hard to take the efficacy out of the equation.